In Caid, if you wanted to do something, you just went and said, oh, well, how am I going to do it? We were one of the most dynamic parts of the West. We were a principality for 4 years, right? So that gives you some idea. We got it together actually fairly quickly.
When I joined, Caid consisted of 4 baronies, and most of the events were organized by the baronies, and most baronies would have at least 2 events a year, sometimes 3 or 4. Calafia was the exception because Calafia held an event every month. And I was at one Calafian tourney when I looked at who was who, and I realized that almost half the people at the event were from Angels. Because there was no event going on in Angels, so we all went down to Calafia. And that helped create a feeling of unity within the Principality. We all went to each other's events, and you did a lot of driving, but if you didn't go to each other's events, then it would be an awfully small event. And the different baronies eventually created more baronies. They had children, as it were. Angels was everything in Los Angeles when I joined, and eventually Leon Lemire broke off, Gildenholt broke off, Altavia broke off, and it was a reasonable process of growth and creation of new local units.
Caid is as diverse as it is between multiple states, and again, being an officer of Caid, having to enjoy people from the Hawaiian Islands. At the time, we had New Zealand and its members there before they moved on to Lockhart. The different states, just the different cultures we get to deal with, and all the diversity that we have within the kingdom. It's small enough where you get to travel fairly quick. You can go from end to end in a day, unlike some other kingdoms. But we're also big enough with its populace, to really kind of enjoy all those little niches and pieces of the group. So I would say really the people and just the culture. It's like the SCA in general. We really have a good time where everyone enjoys getting around the fire and lying about just what happened on the field earlier that day, or just really coming together and learn new things. And what I've also seen, unfortunately, at times of need or disaster, whether it's the California wildfires or something like that, how well this group and the people can come together to take care of its own. I find that unique, in especially today's world. It's really something where you can truly depend on your fellow, either Caidan or SCA, whatever, Scanadian, to enjoy each other.
I like to say, and I say from the throne a great deal, that man is the joy of man, that we are each other's bliss. And we've all come to that recognition here in this kingdom, that we need each other in order to have this game, and we're treating each other like family no matter what we're doing or how we're doing it.
We are, I think, very much like a large medieval town. Everyone knows everyone on some level. We all have, a high degree of respect and affection for one another.
And we're going to be welcoming people, and we're curious about them, but they have to also embrace us. But it's a very loving community, a very friendly community, and I'm very, very pleased with that. Very proud that is the way that we've grown.
We all are working together for a common goal, which is furthering our love of history and making that magic of the SCA. And that, to me, is what really makes this kingdom special.
Caid is home. It's a part of me. I don't know how else to explain. I mean, you've been in a kingdom. It's your heart. It's your home. That's Caid for me.
Caid is my home. It is my family. And that is the most special thing of all.
It's home. I play in the barony of Gildenholt, but Caid is a very loving community and family. It doesn't matter which barony I'm with. They're loving, they're friendly, and it's very special. And when you go to different places and you say you're from Caid, they know exactly where you're from. and it's really nice to be able to know that.
What I feel is magical is what's happened to other people. Giles and Giuseppe, I think, are a great example of that. Two finer people you really could not meet. They know me well enough to know my name, and we've talked and we've sat and chatted, but I don't know them, I don't go to their home and hang out with them. But since I've been here in Caid, I've always been able to see them and see how they act and how they always class, always beautiful, pageantry, that I think we need in the SCA. And just two outstanding people. And to see them be accepted here, and to see the people are not only accept them, but learn from them and they can teach from them, I think that's the kind of magical moments I get here in Caid.
We were there to witness the investiture of the first same-sex baronage in the society when the rules regarding inspirational equality changed, and our barons Giles and Giuseppe of Gildenhold stepped up into that team together, which is obviously something that Caid is very proud of.
And inspirational equality within Crown Tournament as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Caid, well, we've got a lot of things going right. I mean, we are known for our costuming. We're known for the saying, welcome to Caid, now get dressed. But, the thing of it is, we love our kingdom. And I know that sounds trite, and I guess you're supposed to say that when you're wearing the crowns, but it's pretty cool. I love saying I'm a knight of Caid. Love it. We get it right. When I say brother, I mean it. And our knights, they recognize who they're supposed to recognize. They fight hard, they fight honorably, they support the queen, they set the right example. Our laurels are producing, training, recognizing as they should. Our pelicans are laying the stage for us, and the masters of defense are not only showing us all up in terms of their courteous behavior, but have really shown us the serious study of later period combat in a way that's uplifted us all. Our Ladies of the Rose are, at the risk of creating offense, our Ladies of the Rose are the most proactive and productive throughout the known world. And as a whole, there's a lot to be proud of here.
We're particularly proud of the fact that all of the peers of Caid indulge in dedicated service, that their job is not done once they're made a peer, but that they're out there working hard, not just out in their own area, but in all areas of the game.
What we're wearing right now are particularly special. These are the Venerables. The Venerables were the first crowns of Caid. If you don't know what you're looking at, they're hard to identify as crowns. If you look at them closely, either because you know what you're looking at in terms of the SCA, or you know what you're looking at in terms of precious metals, it's pretty clear that you're looking at a kingdom crown here. And one of the things that's most touching about them is the inscriptions that are contained therein. In the king's crown is an inscription that is intended to remind any king of Caid that this is a shared dream. It says, deep down there across the front, you rule because they believe. We rule because they believe.
The inscription in the Queen's crown says, for honor, love, and beauty, to serve as a reminder to me and to everyone who has walked before me in this path and this seat, that our job is not just to inspire the one who brought us here, but to inspire the kingdom.
And happy anniversary, SCA.